So I found this video on YouTube. It was a guest on the Joe Rogan podcast. His name is Chris Williamson, and he describes what I think is the reason why most people just don't take the chance. And it describes 100%, it describes my working life for the past 25, 30 years or so. I can't really say the younger years because I think in the younger years, you're not really sure what you want to do and you're sort of figuring it out. But later on in life, I would say I'll just describe the last maybe 15 years where I was at a job that could have been a really great career job, and it paid me just enough and I was comfortable and I never really made that leap. And if you watch some of my past videos, I mentioned that I would ask the universe to, give me a sign, make it easy for me to make the jump. But I was just too comfortable to make the jump until recently. So let's get into that video. It's very interesting, and then we'll go ahead and have a discussion about it.
So I learned about this idea called the region beta paradox, right? So the region beta paradox, imagine that if you were to go a mile or less, you would walk it. And if you were to go more than a mile, you would drive it. Paradoxically, you would go 2 miles quicker than you would go 1 mile. So that means that sometimes worse situations can be better than better situations. And this is an issue when if you only decide to act after you cross a certain threshold of badness or whatever, you can end up being stuck in region beta. So for instance, the friend that should leave his job really, really needs to leave his job, but it's just about passable. His boss isn't that much of a dick. Maybe the benefits are okay or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or the person that's in a relationship with someone that they really don't want to stay with, and it's not that brilliant, but it's not that bad. They don't abuse them. Everything's okay. The person that stays in an apartment that's got some mold on the ceiling. It's not too much mold and whatever. All of these people would be better off if their situations were worse, because it would galvanize them into actually doing something. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You can get stuck in this chasm of comfortable complacency that sits somewhere in the middle. If things are good, great, no problem. If things are bad, great, activation energy to go and make them good. If things are just about passable, you end up being comfortably numb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
Comfortably numb. That's so true. So true. We just get comfortably numb. You don't move on something even though you don't feel necessarily very happy in that thing, or something else is pulling you in a direction. It's not pulling you hard enough or the circumstances aren't bad enough, which is interesting. Like I mentioned, if you look at the last video that I did, the thing at work got bad enough. It got bad enough to push me over the edge and make the decision easier to leave, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. It's super interesting. If you're in that sort of, paradox right now where you're comfortably numb and it hasn't gotten bad enough, that begs the question, do you wait until it gets bad enough, or do you just actually go ahead and go for it? And my experience is, if I'm to look back at my own life, I wish that I would have just went for it earlier on. Now, I hate saying I wish. I'm not trying to be that person that has regret, because I don't have regret. I think my life is exactly where it needs to be in the moment that it is right now. Everything happens for this exact reason. I don't know if I would have been able to financially sustain myself, 5 years ago, or even further back, 10 years ago, something like that. So everything happens at the exact moment that it's supposed to happen. But sometimes you have to act on your own instead of waiting for it to get bad enough. Because maybe it never gets bad enough. What if it never gets bad enough and you get to the end and you've realized that you never took that chance, that maybe you were waiting for it to get so bad that the decision was made for you, similar to what I did. You could have a major head start on it. But I do want to, just put out there that maybe you just need to take the chance. If it's something that you want to do, give it a try. Like I said, you don't want to get to the end and feel like you didn't go for something. But I love this. This explains, my working life. I'm just in this comfortably. There were my first few jobs, I was not comfortable. I wasn't getting paid well. It was really, really hard work. It was that last career that put me in this comfortably numb place until the very end. So I just wanted to share that with you. I do want to tell you what's going on with the channel. It's been a little bit of a break since I put anything out there. I'm going to do more of these types of videos, but also I'm starting a few other things I'm very excited about. I'm doing these weekly challenges. I already recorded my first one. It's coming out next Tuesday. I'm cutting screen time, and I commit to doing it for an entire week. And I'm already in my second one, so I'm trying to be a little bit ahead with those videos. Gives me time to edit them. But yeah, I'm doing my second one, which is why I'm wearing this muscle shirt. There's a story behind this. I'm not going to tell you what that story is, but it's coming up. There's a story behind this, me wearing a muscle shirt. It's funny. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the channel so far. I do want to say thank you to the people that have subscribed and are watching the videos. Hopefully things continue to grow, and I appreciate you. Stay tuned for the next video and keep finding ways to break from the grind.